While Barb continues to save the world and redefine career standards, Ken has decided it's time to enjoy life, embody the bon vivant style, and of course stir up some controversy. Yes, we're talking about Sugar's Daddy Ken, the doll who traded his suffer outfit for a wardrobe worth of a retired magnate. In today's video, we will see how he, with a charming little dog by his side and a confident smile, stepped into the scene to shake up the world of collectors. Stay tuned for this history after the intro. In the movie Barbie, screenwriter and director Greta Gerwig not only reimagined the iconic doll as a sharp satire of Mattel, but also delighted fans and collectors with a plethora of hidden references. The film does not hold back on allusions, from a nostalgic scene with Barb creator Ruth Handler to the inclusion of Mattel heritage like Growing Up Skipper and Earring Magic Ken. One of the most talked about moments was the quick and humorous appearance of Sugar's Daddy Ken. Played with charm and a hint of irony, the mature and sophisticated Ken caught the attention even of those less familiar with the world of collectible Barbies. But did this doll really exist? The answer is yes and no. In 2010, as Barbie wrapped up celebration for her 50th anniversary, she also launched the commemorative 10th year of the Barb Fashion Model collection. In homage to Palm Springs lifestyle and fashion, this new line introduced a series of dolls and accessories that captured the glamour of the California city. Part of that year's collection included Palm Beach Swimsuit Barbie, Palm Beach Breezy Barbie, Palm Beach Coral Barbie, and Palm Beach Honey Barbie, the latter paying tribute to Barb's dog, Miss Honey. A fifth item was supposed to be part of the collection. As part of the Palm Beach Barbie doll line, Sugar's Daddy Ken was publicly unveiled for a release in early 2010, priced at $82. According to Mattel's description, the doll exemplifies the fantastic Palm Beach fashion. Sugar's Daddy Ken outfit included a green damask print blazer, a pink shirt, and a pleated white trousers. His golden blonde hair was starting to fade to gray, and unlike many Ken dolls, he came with an accessory: a small terrier puppy on a pink leash. Despite Ken being perpetually young in Barb's world, Sugar's Daddy Ken appeared more mature compared to other dolls. However, he was never actually a sugar daddy. The doll's name was inspired solely by his pet dog. Each Sugar's Daddy Ken came with a white West Highland Terrier puppy wearing a pink collar. Ken could be posed as if he were walking the dog. So technically, this Ken is the owner of Sugar, rather than a sugar daddy. The suggestive name of the doll turned out to be a marketing misstep for Mattel. Shortly after the announcement of the Planet March release of Palm Beach Sugar's Daddy Ken, Mattel abruptly canceled the product without providing explanations. But why was it canceled? Rumors suggest that some in the conservative moral majority were outraged by the name. Was he gay? Oh my dog! In 2023, in the live-action film, Greta Gerwig brought back the iconic doll through British actor Rob Brydon.
I'm not a sugar daddy, and at this point, we're halfway through my performance. I say this is Sugar, and I'm her daddy. And that's it. And I'm doing.
The doll was introduced in a humorous way, discovered in Weird Barb's house alongside other controversial products from the brand's past. Additionally, during the film's credits, there was a brief appearance of the doll, enough to generate theories among collectors about a possible future relaunch. It didn't take long for the doll to be introduced amidst the frenzy of collectibles inspired by the film, confirming collectors' expectations everywhere. The packaging is similar to the standard box used for other collectible dolls from the film, being large and pink, with an acetate window covering the front and top. On the front, the reflective Barb the Move logo stands out, with film references on the sides and an image of Barb's house on the back. Inside the box, the background scene, again, illustrates Barbie's house like other collectible dolls. The scan comes with a certificate of authenticity, confirming its originality and classifying it under the Black Label seal. It also includes a waist stand for display. Sugar's Daddy Can appears to have been directly inspired by the atmosphere and style of Slim Aaron's photography known as Palm Springs Party. The image depicts a luxurious party among members of the social elite of the time. One of the participants in the photo is seen wearing a green damask print blazer and white pants, a set that reflects the typical casual sophistication of that era. Mattel's choice of Sugar's Daddy Can look seems to be a conscious attempt to evoke the elegant and carefree lifestyle captured in Aaron's photographs. This specific blazer, with its pattern, serves as a visual link between the doll and the glamorous era of Palm Springs, standing out as a tribute to the culture and social status of the time, while attracting collectors interested in the history and aesthetics of the 70s fashion. The shoes are plain white, without painted details. They have a simple design, and I don't recall seeing them in other dolls before. They are well sculpted, but don't appear to be the same footwear as the 2010 doll. The pants are white, with a pleated front. They are well made, beautiful, and complement the doll nicely. There are 2 Fuchs pockets at the back and 2 functional pockets at the front. They closely resemble those of the original doll. Unfortunately, they close with Velcro at the back. A pair of socks would have been an interesting addition. Although it's not clear if the original 2010 doll had this piece, the model in Slim Aaron's photograph wears white socks, and the shoe has a golden detail, which would have been an interesting touch here. The blazer is green with white details, featuring a tropical print that perfectly harmonizes with Palm Springs' relaxed vibe. It's a beautiful and well-crafted piece with Barb's signature label. The lining is white, and there are Fox buttons on both the sleeves and the front. It closes with a discreet plastic snap button. Additionally, it has 3 functional pockets, 2 at the bottom and 1 on the chest. The last piece is a pink polo shirt. It's a beautiful and very well-made piece. The chosen shade of pink is quite vibrant, more intense than the original 2010 doll's version, but very close to the blouse in the film. The shirt features a Fox button at the front and has no pockets. At the back, it has an opening with a Velcro closure, which was adjusted to improve the fit of the piece, although it arrived a bit wrinkled due to this adjustment. In the doll presented in 2010, there was a swimsuit with some accessories that would be sent along with the doll. Unfortunately, this pattern was not repeated here, and the doll does not have an extra set of clothes. The doll has a more bronzed skin tone, truly reminiscent of California's sunnier environment. The doll has an articulated body, which is interesting, although the joints are not made to move tight. It has joints at the head, shoulders, elbows at 90 degrees, wrist, legs with limited lateral opening, and knees. However, the waist, bust, and feet are not articulated. The hair has a blend of brown and gray tones, giving the doll a more mature look. The hairstyle is conservative and has been molded with a significant amount of gel and a very firm finish. One of the aspects that bothered me the most was the choice of the face sculpt. I would have been satisfied with the sculpted face of the original 2010 doll, or even a face referencing the actor who played the character in the film. However, they opted to use the sculpted face that was used for Ryan Gosling's scan, which does not make sense to me. Despite not being the face inspired by the actor, which unfortunately only appeared later, it was the sculpted face that they chose to represent the other Kens from the film. The collar is made of satin ribbon glued to Ken's hand and tied around the neck of the sugar puppy. Unfortunately, the quality of the collar is much inferior to that of the 2010 doll, which had metal details and looked more refined. Sugar, the puppy, is very similar to the one from the 2010 doll. I would even say it's the same. He has a bone-shaped ID tag that simulates metal. He's cute but quite simple. He's not articulated, does not have real fur, and does not stand out from any other pet presented in the plain line of dolls. Sugar is the brother of Barbie's famous dog, Miss Honey. who has appeared multiple times in the Barbie line. In 2010, the spirit of Palm Springs was not limited to the Barbie's fashion model collection. Despite the cancellation of Sugar's Daddy Ken, another Ken evoked this Californian atmosphere. Mattel created an one-of-a-kind Barbie and Ken couple for the Barbie Does Palm Springs charity event. Barbie wore a 60s-inspired ensemble, with a printed citron kaftan and jewelry. Ken, the pool boy, wore tight pants, a short white t-shirt, citron flip-flops, a hat, and sunglasses. To show his devotion, Ken had a tattoo with the name Barbie on his arm. The setup included poolside furniture, a vintage screen, and towels embroidered with Barbie and Ken's name, recreating the atmosphere of a Palm Springs pool party. Furthermore, Sugar's Daddy Ken became so legendary among collectors that Integrity Dice, a competitor company, released the poolside Paramore Sergio Silva doll in 2023. This doll makes clear references to Slim Aaron's photography and, consequently, to Sugar's Daddy Ken. However, there is an important difference. It doesn't include Sugar the puppy. Despite allowing collectors to finally acquire this doll, it didn't come out without shoes. The biggest and most evident one is that it's not the same doll presented in 2010. The original material chosen for the doll was silkstone, which mimics porcelain. But the current doll is made of vinyl, as is common in traditional Barbies. Additionally, there has been a change in the face, which for me represents the biggest inconvenience of this doll. The promotional photos of the doll were taken on the beach of Barbland, a setting the doll never visited in the film. Despite controversies and design changes, after years of waiting, the doll finally reached collectors' hands. The release was a success, selling out in less than an hour after becoming available for purchase on Mattel Creations. This underscored the ongoing interest and demand for Barbie Move collectibles and Barbie fashion model collection, even when adjusted to meet enthusiasts' expectations. The warm reception from collectors shows that Sugar's Daddy Ken remained in the collective imagination, despite the modifications made since its original conception. This underscores Sugar's Daddy Ken's special place in fans' hearts as an unforgettable character in the Barbie universe. Hope you enjoy it. If so, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and leave a like. See you in the next video on the channel. A big kiss here from the Big Collector.